How's it going, guys? Self-Leader Carson here. Welcome to another Carson Reacts To series. So I'm going to be reacting to a release of Call of Duty, which I'm going to confess, this is going to be one of the Call of Duties I might be brought back into if they do it right. But we're going to get into that topic in the future or later on in this video. So I'm reacting to Call of Duty World War II reveal trailer. So for those who are just new to my channel and are checking out like what I react to, here are the things I always warn ahead of time. Warning number one, this is a blind reaction, so I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to go on. I'm just going to go in this and just see what I'm looking myself into. So, if you don't want to watch my reaction, if you want to watch someone else's reaction, or you just don't like me in general and just want to get out of here, then please do that now. I don't want to waste your time. I just want to entertain the people who are here now. So, with that out of the way, warning number two, and I always say this at the end too, just because in case people skip to the end. If there's something you want me to react to, whether it's a movie trailer, game trailer, music video, viral video, or just something I have hopefully never heard of, let me know in the comments below. Because the more comments there are about it, the more you request it, the more you thumbs up other people's comments, and the more you just mention it, the more likely I will react to it, because then I know what you, the fans, want me, or the viewers want me to react to. And if none of you say anything, then I get to choose, and I'm very happy with this, because then I get to watch stuff like this. So, oh, and because it's World War II and Call of Duty, I'm just gonna warn you ahead of time. Warning number three: if you see any blood or gore, if you see any violence you don't like, or if you see anything that's considered racist, wrong, or evil, or just plain out bad, you're gonna have to deal with this, because World War II was a very, very interesting time. So let's get into this. Here we go. Oh, sorry. Okay, here we go. I'm curious. Actual in-game footage. Okay.
This day have set upon a mighty endeavor.
Oh, D-Day, June 6th.
Souls will be shaken with the violences of war. In this hour of great sacrifice.
Okay. Oh! Oh!
We shall prevail.
We shall. Oh yeah, D-Day was blood.
Get your head down and keep moving!
Yeah, that's what you got.
We are
Imagine
all
what you
that
had to
separates
do.
the world from darkness. The enemy is ruthless. We cannot.
Russians.
We must not fail.
Imagine what you would have been like if you had to go through that, guys.
Perez! Bumpy enough for you!
Panzer! Good walk. Hell yeah! Now let's see some gunshots.
I got you!
Flamethrower! Yeah!
Any casualties? We executed the mission. Get me the fuck out of here!
Well, I can't promise you
How
that.
many? We had orders!
There's so much going on!
Get to cover!
Oh!
Lieutenant, tell them what we're all about.
No mission too difficult. No sacrifice too great.
Welcome to the Bloody First.
The bloody first.
You're a long way from Texas, farm boy.
Okay. Available now for pre-order. Oh! November 3rd.
Pre-order now and get access to the private beta.
Well, there's some news for you folks. Well, let's skip back to the here so I can talk about this. Okay, so a lot had happened in that trailer, and I noticed a lot of things. Like, holy fudge Sunday, like, this was crazy. Oh my god. But I gotta talk about a lot of things that I noticed in detail that I have to mention to you guys. So, let me take a moment to think of what the score I'm going to give this and talk about what I'm going to say in detail. So give me a minute, okay? So, okay, I thought about it. So that was Call of Duty World War II. And I'm kind of glad they're doing that, okay? I'm kind of glad. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely support what their goal was or what their intention is. The Sledgehammer Games production and Call of Duty and all that idea. But I ask you folks the question, do you think you have the courage to do what your great-grandfather did at D-Day, which was, I believe, yeah, June 6th. I'm going to make sure. I'm pretty sure it's June 6th. D-Day. We're just gonna fact check me. Yep, June 6th. I was right. Okay. So my history isn't that rusty after all. So imagine, do you think you have the guts that you in a little boat, your enemy sees you coming, and when those gates come, they're gonna fire right down on you? You think you have the courage to go through that? No! Your great-grandfathers were very brave men, and you should respect them if you say, oh yeah, man, my great-grandfather, he fought in World War II, and he did a lot of crazy stuff, and yeah, oh yeah, he was just a war hero and did all that World War II, so he beat the Nazis and everything. No, they pretty much knew that there was a 50-50 chance of them that they were going to die. They were going to die serving their country. So think about that very carefully. And obviously from the setting that from what I looked at, it most likely is after D-Day, after you do Normandy, you're going to probably go into France and you're going to start fighting in French, like Nazi-controlled France. Which is really an interesting time and period because the Germans were like dug in and they were not going to surrender that territory. They were going to fight to like the bitter end to make sure that they do not lose to the Americans. But obviously we saw we know what happens in history. The Nazis lose, World War II is over, we win. With the Russians and the British and the liberated French and, if I had to say, our allies all over the world. But in any case, moving past that, there were a lot of things that I noticed in the game. Obviously, I'm kind of glad they're going back to the original World War II guns because I was praying to God Almighty, just like what Battlefield did. They made all these like customized, really cool guns and everything. It's like, oh yeah, that was in World War I. Just go with it. That wasn't what it is. Now, absolutely, I agree. Some of those guns existed, but they were very limited on it. Okay. Hold on, my eye's itchy. There we go. But they were very limited on those guns. Most people were just given a rifle of like, okay, good luck. You shoot one bullet, and you gotta reload it, then you gotta reload it, and then you gotta shoot again. That's how you use the gun. Good luck, guys. That's what the guns they were mostly given. Like, they should have limited the teammates, like, who's gonna get the submachine rifle, who's gonna set up the machine gun, which I kinda called BS on Battlefield. Battlefield 1, like World War I thing, I'm calling your bull on some of the things you did. There was no way they would have been able to do any of that stuff in World War I. And even if they did, there's no way they lived right now, or there's no way they would have lasted in World War II. They would have been like killed right there, because they knew what probably would have happened to them. Moving past that, let's get back to reality now. In World War II, I'm kind of glad they're going back to some of the rifles, but at the end of the trailer, he says, "Welcome to the bloody furs. You're a long way from Texas and all that." I noticed something, like the gun that they were using. It's kind of looks like a new model from what I see. Like, you know, like World War II could, like, in that time and period, it looks like that some kind of time and period, a new gun was invented. But from what I could tell, and this is me researching and doing the history, I think for sure that was a modified Sten, which is a British submachine gun rifle, I believe. And it was, I'm going to say it's, that's a very interesting version for a Sten to be made that way. Because they either look like MP40s, or they look like the little gun you hold like this, and it's the I don't know who invented this gun, but the clip goes in the sideways, and then you shoot. That is a very awkward way to hold a gun. Try it. Like, hold a gun like this and try to shoot, okay, with the recoil. That's gonna be, like, very hard to do. And obviously, the way I recognized it was the model, God, I can't even say it. The back part of the gun and the little, like, bit that you look down on. God, that just made it clear it looked like a Sten model. But I've never seen that Sten model. I mean, unless that was like a gun that nobody ever talked about, then I need to know in detail, guys. Let me know in the comments below what kind of gun that was. I think that's most likely a modified Sten version, which is very rare for them to do. So I'm begging Call of Duty, or just in general, the Sledgehammer Games production, make sure you stick very closely and carefully just to World War II guns. Don't make any new guns up. Don't make any inventions up that are not real, that didn't happen. None of that bull. There was no invention of like a submachine gun. There's no way you could carry like an, let's say, an MG34. No, wait, was it MG34? I'm pretty sure it's MG43. Let's go with a one that's more popular. No. Yeah, the MG43. I'm pretty sure that's the German machine gun. Don't make up some kind of machine gun that some soldier could have carried when it weighs like 100 pounds. If you're going to make up that bull story, you better make a really good one then, which I highly doubt anyone's going to believe. So, other than that, let's go with my awesome rating. So, for those who don't know my awesome rating, it's a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being, who developed this? Were they on drugs? And 10 being, worship this and start a following for it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm actually going to say, honestly, this didn't really impress me that much. I know some people are going to be shocked. I'm going to say this is a 7 out of 10. This is great. I should definitely keep an eye on this. But it was almost borderline at a 6, which it was okay, not perfect, but still worth looking at. So it's like in between 7 and 6. It's up to you, the fans, to decide whether or not you think that it deserves that score. Like, which score it deserves, 6 or 7. I personally think it deserves a 6, but I'm going to be generous and give it a 7. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see and you want to see more, hit the like and subscribe button. It means a lot right here from the bottom of my heart. Also, if there's something that you, the fans or viewers, want me to react to, whether it's a movie trailer, game trailer, music video, viral video, or something I hopefully have never heard about, let me know in the comments below. Because if you do, the more you comment about it, the more you request it, the more you get others to comment about it. You give them thumbs up too if you want. The more likely I see what you, the viewers and fans, want me to react to, and then I follow what you guys want. And if none of you say anything, then I get to choose, and I get to react to stuff like this. So, yeah, it's a good trade-off. So, that's it. As I always say for you guys and girls out there, stay you, stay cool, stay awesome. Take care.